Hello viewers. Today on NewsX panel, I was asked as to why there were no tall leaders from BJP in Tamil Nadu. And I was struck by the thought that perhaps the BJP government, Mr. Modi, Amit Shah, and the others who are making the decisions, perhaps if they missed a trick, because if you look at the situation when Jayalalitha passed away, in Tamil Nadu, that was probably late 2016, early 2017, there was a political vacuum. Mr. Karunanidhi was in a vegetated state, and there was no other tall leader since Jayalalitha had passed away. And Sasikala as well as Jayalalitha were sent to jail on their disproportionate asset case by the Supreme Court. So instead of taking advantage of looking at who sent them to jail, they just didn't do anything, and they just kept going with the current dispensation of ADMK, which doesn't really have any firm roots on the ground. And now you are seeing a situation where BJP has not been able to make capital out of this situation. Why did the BJP management ignore Dr. Subramanian Swamy? He's after all from Tamil Nadu. He has actually stood for and won from Madurai, and he could have easily cleaned up this mess and positioned BJP in such a way that even if they didn't make an impact in 2019, by 2024 they would have been a force to reckon with. Now what they are trying to do is having Palaniswamy go and exhort the state to vote for Modi for his national security, whereas the same government supported closure of the Thoothukudi plant, Sterlite plant. That makes no sense at all. This present government was also asking that the killers of Rajiv Gandhi be let off. I mean, this is a total contradiction. The current ADMK group with which BJP has aligned absolutely has no leadership qualities. And why would you want to go and align with them? And now you are looking at possibly not making that much of an impact. BJP is only contesting in 5 seats. From what I'm hearing, they are maybe okay in 3. The other 2, they don't seem to have much of a chance. I mean, this is really they have committed harakiri here by not recognizing the talent within their own party. And also what is baffling is the continuous usage of Dr. Swamy's work, appropriation of his work to try and put Congress on bailgadi and so on and so forth. Come on now, recognize who did all that work, and by just not saying anything, people are not going to get fooled. This is something that I really find disturbing about this government, especially since Mr. Modi is heading it. I would put the blame on his door. He needs to rectify this, and if you don't do that, BJP is probably going to have another 20 years before it can make any inroads into the south. That's really deplorable. Here is a chance. Here is a party that has done extremely well in the north, and they have talent to nurture in the south, and yet they want to ignore that. Why? Do that at your own peril. What if now it throws up a hung verdict and you're going to miss it by 5 or 10 seats, and those seats could have been easily captured if they had strong leadership in the south. Thank you viewers, and watch the video for more.
Now, to me, the results are somewhat contradictory. Let's see what the rest of our panel says. Vineet Goenka and Sree Iyer are also with us now. Sree Iyer, if I could come to you, I'll tell you why I feel that the results are slightly contradictory and confusing. When you ask who's the most popular politician in Tamil Nadu, M.K. Stalin at 50%. When you ask how do you rate the performance of the AIADMK government under Chief Minister E. Palaniswamy, 58% say satisfactory. And then when you ask them what is the most important voting issue in Tamil Nadu, 33% say corruption, which may sound contradictory given the number of corruption allegations that have been leveled against the current regime in Tamil Nadu, including the Chief Minister himself. And then when you ask who do you feel will best represent Tamil interests at the center? The picture changes dramatically. It's no longer N.K. Stalin, who is supposedly the most popular politician, but E. Palaniswamy and O. Paneerselvam instead. So how do you read these findings, Sree Iyer?
It's Tamil Nadu is going through a calibration stage where there are no known politician names. Remember that Jayalalitha and Karunanidhi passed away, and right now there is some sort of a political vacuum, and that's why you are seeing these confusing numbers, in my opinion. And by the way, for statistics sake, Tamil Nadu is considered to be the most corrupt state in India.
Absolutely.
We all talk about corruption. This is one of the most corrupt states in India, and that's why you're seeing that, it doesn't matter who, is always going to be corruption. In fact, NewsX did a temple loot, and most of the temples are in Tamil Nadu.
Absolutely.
And you can see
how much root it has taken place, and that's why you're seeing the numbers being all over the place. Also, I'd be interested in knowing the sampling size, how many people were actually polled, nobody outside of Tamil Nadu knows any of the names. You see, so Stalin maybe a little bit just because he happens to be the son of Karunanidhi, and therefore you'll see this kind of a confusing set of figures being thrown up. In my opinion, I think BJP probably missed a chance, missed an opportunity here. If they had brought in somebody who was well known at the center to come to work in Tamil Nadu, they could very well have swept the slate. And they just didn't do that, and I wonder why. I mean, this was a right point for BJP to come in, because Modi probably would have easily garnered a lot more attention.
Well, Mr. Iyer, fact is the BJP does fancy its chances in Tamil Nadu this time round, because it from there. Sree Iyer coming here, Rahul Gandhi contesting from Wayanad. Even though to me it appears like the opinion is quite divided, Amitabh seems to think that more people are inclined to say yes, it'll make a difference. Also, when you look at which of the following South leaders could be a future Prime Minister, Chandrababu Naidu is clearly ahead in the race at 58.3%. But when you ask them, who do you think will represent South India the best as Prime Minister, then there the answer is Narendra Modi. How are you looking at these figures?
Well, for the longest time, you have not seen a Prime Minister from the South. In fact, there was, I think, only two that I can remember who were Prime Ministers from the South. As far as Rahul Gandhi's entry in Wayanad is concerned, it has made a difference in Kerala, because in Kerala the Congress does have a presence, and they are now saying that the Congress might win the majority amount of Lok Sabha seats in Kerala and not the CPIM. As far as who's the best prime ministerial candidate today, I'm a little surprised that Chandrababu Naidu is being chosen. For some reason, the sheen seems to have worn off. When he was the chief minister of the combined state, it appeared as if he was a lot more effective. Perhaps the growth phase was then, and now that the growth is now done, you have to do more work to show progress.
Okay.
That's where he is stuck.
Okay,
but
we don't
opinion,
know.
He's a good person.
Okay, we don't. Achha, Sree Iyer, I would love to hear what you think. Mr. Shastri thinks Prime Minister Modi is irrelevant in the south of the country.
I will give you the irrelevant factor.
Achha, okay, we've heard you. Okay, you are saying he's irrelevant in the south. Mr. Iyer, wrap up this debate for us.
Yes, there is some
Mr. Iyer. Okay, Professor Shastri, calm down.
Look,
Mr. Iyer.
When Sasikala went to jail, BJP missed a huge opportunity by not recognizing and appointing the person who sent her to jail, sent Jayalalitha to jail, sent the 2G guys to jail, by making him responsible for the Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
Why did they not do that?
I can't express it.
Okay.
I can't explain it. No, I can't express it. I can't
All
explain
right.
it. What is the necessary of calling me?
Okay, BJP lost an opportunity in Tamil Nadu, says Sree Iyer, and Professor